So everything runs late. Friday, I got the TRO. I go today, and TROs are a lot different than I remember. It used to be that if you filed a TRO, within 10 minutes you'd be in front of a magistrate. But I kind of delayed things just a little bit by asking for a verbal presentation. So nothing can be done until Friday. That's right. The judge will hear it Friday. If I hear it Friday, nothing is illegal until Monday, or nothing is legal that the judge does until Monday. So, it's just the way it is, folks. So, chicken. So, what this adds up to right now is either the police picks it up or the judge does. That's it. I've done everything, my knowledge, my power. It can be lawfully done. Now, something I'd like to bring to the football armchair quarterbacks out there. This side. I remember the comment that was made. Dang it. Got a lot on my mind, folks. Don't pay attention too much, but this one comment caught my attention. Oh, Eric Brandt.
Denver man known for his anti-government activism is facing a felony count tonight for retaliation against a judge.
He allegedly posted several videos and made violent threats against a specific judge. CBS 4 investigator Katie Weiss learned charges like this are rare.
Sunday in Lakewood, officers arrested 48-year-old Eric Brandt after the Denver DA's office issued this affidavit against him, alleging Brandt had posted threatening videos and made a threatening call against a Denver County court judge. CBS 4 obtained a copy of what's purported to be the phone call in question, where Brandt allegedly called a judge's office to offer, quote, thoughts and prayers for the judge to be killed.
So it is my thought that Judge should be violently murdered and have his brain splattered all over the face of his children. And it's my prayer that some actually does it.
The affidavit said Brandt made the threats after a judge sentenced a friend of his to 30 days in jail. Brandt's now facing retaliation against a judge and harassment charges. Steve Zansberg, an attorney specializing in free speech law, tells me Brandt could face up to 8 years in prison.
For people to be prosecuted for their speech, and speech alone is an extremely rare occurrence, and we should be thankful for that. And even when that does occur, there is a valid defense that one's speech is not within those categories of unprotected speech. And so that will be, I presume, because Mr. Brandt has a history of making rather outrageous comments and going right up to the line. And the question here is whether or not he crossed that line.
Katie Weiss reporting for us. Brandt said he would send a written statement about those charges, but we have not received that yet.
The reason why he got such a large sentence was a higher magnitude than actually threatening a judge. It was enticing other people to take action. Against the judge. The judge had damn good reason to be frightened, because there's a lot of crazy people out there. You want to say Eric Brandt's crazy? What about his followers? Then you've just multiplied. You've thrown in a multiplier there. Flathead apparently has followers. Now, whether voluntarily or otherwise, or just out of plain pure ignorance, when they had the ability in order to go out and look at these records and make an unbiased decision about it, instead of obviously just holding up one page and saying, look, I got something. Okay, so he's enticed this action against me. I've been complaining about it since the first of the year. It continues to entice this action against me, whether it be from ordinance or bird or whatever the story might be. He is the original source, the original drive, and so is Mike in Florida. Mike is still confused in why he thinks that the First Amendment, he can do anything as long as it's his opinion. Well, you can, except you cannot encourage others to act on false information. If he had been a little bit more sophisticated about his lie, I doubt very seriously I would have survived the next 24 hours, because someone in the parking lot of a grocery store apparently groping children in the parking lot, reaching into the windows and things like that, the things that he's insinuating. I can't see them living 24 hours after. I see a real big opportunity for someone to die there. That's serious. If someone with the slightest imagination thinking that there is an absolute need for a man with a gun, this authority that he is accosting people with and giving people directions, and bringing them up to date. I'm Superman. I have had a lot of people call me delusion. You're absolutely right. I'm having no idea where the hell he's coming from. I am completely delusioned by his actions. They're not rational. They're not factual. He's abusively just coming up with these things. So there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck for a week. Kicking in my heels, digging them in. I'm not going nowhere. Not until I know from the courts that this is all on record and that I did not talk to any children in the parking lot, and I'm not subject to someone else coming up with maybe a more sophisticated plan to falsely put me in jail. Seeing that I've suffered that twice already, on record that I was falsely put in jail. Twice! Falsely put in jail twice! On record, 2008 and 2011. Not allowing it to happen the fourth time. On record, it's on twice. Not allowing this to happen again. No fucking way. You want to talk about provocation, dude? You are so fucking lucky you're breathing. You didn't leave me very many options if you had shown any forward or further disconnect in your mind. You didn't leave me very many options, but just simply removing your lyrics. And maybe your right arm wouldn't work when you hit the ground. I don't think so. We'd still have a problem with that. So, you know, you're very lucky. I didn't see an opening. You're very lucky I have the discipline I have. Because I think that any other reasonable person would have completely fucking lost it. I can't find a single threat that I gave him. The only thing I can find is responses to his threat and his intimidation, his accosting me, and pretending that he has something on me, making things up. No, these are all responses. Provoked responses. Of course I'm going to respond to such threats. I'm going to take it personally. I've been affected before by people like you. The lowest fucking piece of trash on the earth, in my opinion. Lower than any sex offender. Lower than a murderer. Sex offender or murderer can be actually forgiven. But somebody that goes around falsely accusing people, and having so little defense in these topics, okay? No, that's cynical. That's absolutely fucking cynical. That is evil, dude. And you claim to be going around doing the work of God. You were completely fucking out of your mind. And I'm surprised that other people around you haven't lost their patience with you. It wouldn't surprise me at all if I woke up and found out that because of the rounds that you keep, and you keep lock and loaded, and you keep that around your fucking children, whether it's on your belt or not, you gotta set that thing down. You can't sit there and do everything with that thing safely by your side. I don't care how many times you load and unload it. That's a dangerous situation, man, especially when you are so volatile. Gone through it more than 100 times in my mind. I'm glad I didn't act. I'll let the courts take care of it.